Hello and welcome to Trottier TV. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Jeremy.
Today
and,
we're
Today we're interviewing Trottier's assistant principal, Mr. Kittelson.
Mr. Kittelson, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so glad you could be here.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. As the assistant principal, what is your favorite part of your job or day?
Yeah, my favorite part, a lot of favorite parts, honestly. I like to make sure that the school is running organized and it's safe, but to be honest, being with children and kids is the most fun. Seeing them learn, seeing them grow, seeing everyone find successes in school, whether academically, socially, with peers. I've been around kids my whole life and I never want to leave that. So seeing all the successes in the classroom, socially, athletically, really is a fun part for me. And I enjoy seeing everyone's growth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where else have you been a teacher or an administrator?
Sure. So I started my career in Needham. I was there for 2 years. It was a very long drive for me, so I didn't want to drive very far anymore. I got a job in Worcester. I taught 5th grade for about 8 years. I was a math science teacher for 8 years. I love that. There are certain parts of that job I miss and certain parts I don't miss. And I was an administrator in Ashland, which is right near Southborough, in a grade 3, 4, 5, about 700 kids in the building, so a very big building. And I wanted to try middle school. That upper elementary middle school always has a special place in my heart. And I'm at Trottier. This is my 3rd year, going on 4 years in Trottier. It's been very fun here.
Mm-hmm. That's great. I know you told us about how you liked being around kids and that being the highlight of your job, but what else motivated you to be a teacher?
To be a teacher, I always had incredible teachers when I was a student. I always had incredible support staff when I was a student. School wasn't always the easiest for me, and I always valued the teachers and the support staff and the educators that helped me in my journey and pushed me in my journey and helped me excel. And I wanted to give that same feeling of gratitude and joy to as many kids as I possibly could be. So being a child and being a boy at one point and seeing all the good things that teachers do and all the positive work they do for all the kids they support, I wanted to give that positive support to everyone I possibly could.
Was there anything else you did before teaching?
Before teaching, went to college and got a few degrees, but I did not. No, this is my only job, my only career path, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
That's great. Oh, so when you were in school, when you were younger, what was your favorite school subject?
Wow, favorite school subject. Math always came pretty easy to me. I had some incredible math teachers that made math easy and fun. And that's why I believe I went to teach math and science, because I've seen so many great ways to do it and great ways to interact and great ways to, learn curriculum. So that kind of inspired me to be a math teacher. So math was by far my favorite subject, and also it came pretty easy to me as well.
Mm-hmm. Did you, when you were a kid, and do you now play any sports?
When I was a kid, I first started playing sports in grade 6, so middle school. I played baseball for a year, did not like it very much. I played football through high school into college, and I ran track and field in high school and in college. I was a sprinter. What do I play now? It's very hard to find flag football pickup games, so I play basketball. And I'm getting older, so it's not easy to play for as long as I want anymore. But I play basketball in a men's league at night on Wednesdays. So that's why on Thursday mornings I'm a little more lethargic.
That's a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Other than sports, did you have any hobbies or interests as a kid and currently?
I always like to fish. I always like to ride my bike and be with my friends. I have 2 kids right now, and one of them loves to fish as well. So it's fun to, give what I love back to my kids and integrate them into things I like to do. So having my kids available with me, showing them all the fun things in life and riding bikes with them, going to the beach with them, and fishing with them is a really highlight of my afternoons and evenings. I actually coach my son's baseball league, and I coach my son and my daughter's soccer league. So I'm staying involved in sports, and I like to kind of make sure that they get the same experiences that I got when I was a kid.
Speaking of your kids, have they ever come to school with you?
My kids have never come to school with me. Not here, not in Ashland, not in Worcester. My kids go to school themselves, so they have their own obligations, they have their own things to do. And to be honest, Ethan, I don't know how much work I would get done if my kids were here. They would probably bother me and distract me and possibly annoy me. So they are at school every day. They have their own obligations, their own workload, but they have not come to school with me. Not yet, at least, okay?
And speaking of like things you do in your free time, switching the topic from your kids, in your free time, do you listen to music? And if you do, what type do you listen to?
I love music, yeah. I went to a lot of concerts as a kid. I like to, sing and dance and have fun and be wild and silly. And I'm not sure I have a specific genre I like or band I like, but what I will say is, some adults drink coffee to wake up. My way to wake up is to blast my music in the car as loud as humanly possible. So in the morning, I might find a certain radio station or a song on my phone. If I start tapping my foot or if my finger starts hitting the wheel of my car and I like it, I'll turn it up, and that helps me wake up in the morning. So I like a lot of music, but I like my music kind of loud too.
Now, do you actually have any pets?
Do I have pets? Not currently. When I was littler, my parents had a black pug, so I have a special spot in my heart for pugs. My son and my daughter keep asking about getting a dog for a holiday. I'm not sure that's realistic, but my kids want a dog pretty badly, and my wife wants a dog pretty bad too. I have some allergies to pets, so I don't want to sneeze 1,000 times a day in my own house. So we'll see if it works out, but my kids really want a dog pretty badly.
So in your entire life, teaching, going to college, high school, middle school, when you're younger, adult life, what's one of your most memorable experiences?
Memorable experiences in school?
In school, whenever.
In anything? Oh, wow. Well, I married my wife, and that's a pretty special experience for me. I have a lot of close friends I still stay in contact with from high school and college. That means a lot to me. And like I said, I coach my kids' soccer and baseball leagues. That means a lot to me, too. I had a lot of incredible experiences with my friends, and I keep that in my heart. And I like to think that, having friends and keeping a close group of people that you can share stories with and laugh with and take trips is really important. So I value all those memorable moments, those experiences with friends, and make sure that you keep on having friends over the course of a year. In your lifetime, it's important to have those social connections.
Now, changing the topic from the past, do you have any summer plans?
Summer plans. Well, I work some of the summer, and for the days I have off, we have a house in the Cape, and we'll go to the Cape almost every single day. So we'll go to the Cape, we'll hit the beach, we'll go for bike rides, and on Friday nights we do kind of a band time over in the Cape. So my wife and my kids truly only know that experience, and they love the beach, they love to ride their bikes, they love the Cape. So I will pretty much be at the Cape almost every single day that I'm not at school.
And another question we came up with, this is more on the fun side. Do you run the Trottier Instagram?
The Instagram account. So 3 of us do. Myself, Mr. Hershek, Ms. Scorzelli. I'd say out of the 3 of us, I add the least amount of pictures and comments to that thread. Mr. Hershek and Ms. Scorzelli take on most of that work, but I add once in a while. But out of the 3 of us, I am the one who contributes the least, and my apologies, Mr. Hershek, and my apologies, Ms. Scorzelli.
Sadly, pivoting away from the fun stuff and back to work, how do you and Mr. Hershek work together?
Oh, it's a great partnership. It's a great partnership. I thought that when we first met, when I interviewed here about 4 years ago, that it would be a nice kind of connection. We would get along pretty well. I mentioned that it's important that we can work together, we can collaborate, and that we might not always have the same opinion, but we can have an appropriate conversation and make the best decision for students. Typically every morning we go over our calendars, see what we're doing, any meetings we have, if there's overlap meetings, important parts of our day, how I can support him, how he can support me. It's a very collaborative process, and I appreciate everything that we do together.
What do you think of Trottier's flag program?
I love it. First of all, it brings a little bit of a color to the cafeteria. And more importantly, it highlights kind of everyone's backgrounds, beliefs, their heritage, and it really brings attention to all of our differences. And it makes me feel as if we're doing good because everyone here is different. Everyone here has different points of view, different religions, things they like or dislike. And part of our core value is inclusivity, and to make sure that everyone has a voice, everyone feels a sense of belonging, a sense of pride, not only where they are right now, but where they came from, and that everyone in the school can appreciate all of those things really is important to me. I think it's an incredible program. I love the work we've done so far with that.
What would like a typical day look like for you?
A typical day for me? Well, my typical day starts the evening before, and I check emails, I make sure I'm squared up for the day, understand meetings that I'm going to, any prep I have to do for those meetings. I'll wake up, look at subs if need be, organize the day. I often walk around the school, pop in a few classes, ask what they need, how I can help. I'll attend all my meetings, get to as many classes as possible, be visible, support staff, help as need be, say hi to kids, make connections with kids, and just ensure the school is running okay, the best it possibly can be.
Another thing about your job, what do you think is the most challenging part that you do for your job?
That's a great question. I think one of the challenges is that there's a lot of moving pieces for a lot of variety of needs. We have departments that are in school, departments in the community, departments in central office, and to make sure that everyone has an equal voice, everyone feels heard and respected, is important. So it's important to me that we bring everyone together, that we make sure everyone has an equal voice in things, and that I invite the right students for meetings or invite the right staff for meetings, and I make sure it's as a collaborative process as possible. I don't want to make choices on my own. I think it's important that everyone recognizes we have a variety of staff with a variety of expertise, and everyone's voice is valued and important. And I want to make sure that everyone in the school, whether student or staff, has an equal voice and an equal say in things.
Now, if you had to teach a class, what subject would it be?
I get asked that a lot, actually. I certainly think math is a sweet spot for me. I'm not sure middle school math is a sweet spot for me. There are many classes I walk in math-wise where I can probably grasp a lot of that content and that knowledge. And there are some classes I think I got to sit for a little longer and pick up on that. So if I could, it would probably be grade 4 or grade 5 or grade 6, a math class in those kind of grade areas.
So do you have a favorite Trottier fundraiser?
Well, there's a handful of great ones. The volleyball marathon is fun for a variety of reasons. I think all 3 grades come together. We're here at night for a long time, and I love to see everyone kind of play together and work together, and it's a culmination of a great PE unit. A fun one for me is the fun run, because I used to be a track athlete, and I think it's fun to kind of still run and be involved and work together. So anything that involves the community and having everyone come together is really fun for me. But with my slight athletic background, the fun run is really one that sticks in my head right now.
Well, thank you so much for coming in to speak with us today, Mr. Kittelson.
Until next time, this has been Trottier TV, and let's
Let's
make
make
it
it a great one.
one.